A lot of people wonder whether spanking kids, corporal punishment, is child abuse, and there's several ways of looking at it. Legally, it is not. The law is pretty clear. In every state in the United States, parents are allowed to hit children, provided it's for purposes of discipline, correction, control. So as long as the child is not injured, it's not child abuse as things are defined legally, and also for the most part in the informal social norms and customs of American society. So if you look at it in terms of social norms and legal norms, spanking kids is not child abuse. If you look at it in terms of its effect on the child, then I think I regard any corporal punishment as child abuse because of the proven harmful effects on children. So I'm not talking just about the physical harmful effects when it escalates out of hand into physical abuse. Even ruling that out, forgetting about that, because that's a small proportion of the total. The psychological harm to the child is by now very well demonstrated. As a result, people don't see that physical abuse is not primarily a matter of crazy people. It's a matter of frequently ordinary, typical parents who just have let things get out of hand.
In one respect, from a researcher's point of view, child abuse and corporal punishment are the same. I mean, corporal punishment is the use of violence that has the intent of hurting the other person. If you didn't intend to hurt him, you wouldn't do it. I mean, you obviously intend to hurt him, even in a mild way, to get him to stop doing something that you want them to do. So that meets the definition at the lowest end of what child maltreatment is. So technically, yes, the answer is yes. But the way this country deals with child maltreatment, by calling in child welfare services and the potential of removal of a child from home, no, I don't want child welfare services becoming involved in 60 million cases of corporal punishment a year. Child welfare services should be involved in behavior that very clearly and immediately threatens the development and well-being of a child. For the rest of us, who use corporal punishment or yell and scream at kids, whose parenting is less than optimal, whose parenting is in fact harmful to a child, I don't want to see child welfare services going into that home. I would prefer to deal with that, say, the way Sweden, all the Scandinavian countries deal with it, and that is to say, we have a moral sanction against using corporal punishment towards your children. Now, we're not going to send you to jail for it. We're not going to send a policeman to your home for it. But this culture has taken a stand that this is wrong. And when you do it, you're going to experience informal social control. Ultimately, informal social control and disapproval are a much more effective way of changing behavior than carting people off to jail.